Hi everyone! Welcome to the channel and welcome to the first episode of Wild West Wednesday. I told Lucas I was going to try and talk like a cowboy, but it didn't work.
Did not end up. Howdy, y'all.
Yeah. Howdy, partners. It's terrible. I'm terrible at it. I'm sorry. No offense to anyone from the lower states. Alright, so we are going to be working here on our Wild West PMQ. For those of you who don't know what that is, please allow me to explain. Cottoncuts comes out with a puzzle mystery quilt twice a year, once in the fall, once in the spring. And this year we have signed up for the Wild West one, although I say we because Lucas is actually going to be the one that's going to be sewing in front of the machine today. And I was just telling him before I hit the button, I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
We're all swapped around.
I'm supposed to be over there.
And she's doing my job.
I know. So I am Madam Presser. I'm not Iron Man, I am Madam Presser. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So we're all kinds of confused. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know where the camera's at. Like, this whole thing is screwing me up today. So bear with us. This is our first episode. I promise we'll iron out the kinks. But we're going to be doing these on Wednesday evenings. We're going to try for the second Wednesday of the month. It just depends on kind of how the clues come in. The good news is that mine was a prepaid clue box, so I have all my clues. You can see them in the box back there somewhere. There it is. There's the box. You can see them back there. So if it comes down to it and Lucas doesn't get his clue in time because he is on a monthly subscription, then we'll put my clue together. I have not put any of mine together yet. I picked out the Crimson Holdings colorway, and Lucas has picked out the Saloon colorway. It's these beautiful purples. I'm kind of jealous because I love purple. But Lucas, why did you pick purple?
My grandmother loves the color purple, so I wanted to make something for her. So
something fun for her. So
yeah.
That is so cool. So Lucas is joining us. He's going to be making this for his grandma. So we're really excited. Now Lucas is our moderator. You guys know him. He's usually behind the scenes. For those of you who are just joining us, he's normally behind the scenes, but he's going to be in front of the camera with us for this one. And then we have another project that we're kind of trying to get into the works here with him as well.
Yes.
But Lucas has zero experience when it comes to sewing. Like nothing at all. He's been in front of this machine probably about a total of about 40 minutes.
That's yeah.
He probably has about 40 minutes experience behind this machine. And so that's why we're really going to put Cottoncuts to the test. And we're going to see, not only is Cottoncuts great for people who have never done any quilting before or who are new to it, like Mama Joyce and Sherlock Cheryl. They're doing fantastic. They're having a great time with it. They are both sewers. They've used machines before. They're familiar with them, but they've never done quilting before. Or they've never done piecing and quilting before, so that part of it is new for them. Whereas Lucas has never even done sewing before. Nope. So we're going to put Cottoncuts to the test, and we're going to see just how easy or difficult, or not difficult, we'll say challenging it can be for someone who has no sewing experience at all. Now, I've gone through kind of a rundown with him. We've talked about the triangles. There can be a little bit of a catch with those, but we've got some tricks up our sleeve to try and help us work through those. So we're going to see how things go. So I hope you guys are along for the ride. It's going to be a fun one for sure. Before we dive in and we show you a little bit more about Lucas's particular colorway that he has selected and the beautiful colors, you can kind of see them, kind of get a peek of them already. Before we turn the Zoom camera on so you can see that, let's hop into chat, say hello to everybody that's joining us, because I know there's quite a few people here for a Wednesday, which is really exciting. So we're going to hop into chat, say hello to all of you folks, and then we're going to get started on our Saloon Wild West PMQ. It's going to be so exciting. All right, so let me pop into chat here. I am like all over the place.
Everything's in your way.
Oh my gosh. And let's talk about the elephant in the room. You see the brace? Yeah. No major injuries or anything like that. Thank goodness. It's just I have carpal tunnel, like most people. I have carpal tunnel and it flared up really bad. So I've been wearing the brace for a couple of days, but don't worry. I will be fine. Everything will be great. We'll be back to normal for our Saturday stream for our After Dark edition. So I'll probably be able to take the brace off tomorrow. So, but so it's probably a good thing that Lucas is sewing today because it's a little awkward. But anyway, so let's go ahead and hop into chat really quickly and say hello to everybody there. I always like to give a very special shout out to the very first person in chat. And that was Judy Hebert. So thank you, Judy, so much for joining us today. It's awesome that you were here. You were here about 15 minutes early, so I really appreciate that. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, spending the day with us. Linda Denton was here earlier, but she said she was going to have to leave, but she was going to try and catch it later. So thank you, Linda, for at least popping in and saying hello. We really, truly appreciate that. Susan, hello. I almost said good morning. Good evening. Happy Wednesday evening to you. Happy hump day. Thank you so much for joining us so much. Hi, Nancy. So great to see you. Thanks for being here. Hi, Tracy. Hello. She says hello. What a wonderful Wednesday. It is. It is. Hello. Oh, look. Lucas is in the house. Bye, Jody. It's so great to see you guys. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. How are you, girl? I hope you're well. Hope things are going great for you. Let's see. Now we're listening to Mario Brothers music. It's so weird. I don't know if you guys can hear the music. It sounds like Mario Brothers. It's so weird. Hi, Katie. Hello. How are you? I hope you're well. Hi, Sylvia. It is so great to see you. Thanks for coming back. Welcome back. I'm just scrolling through. Hi, Streamlabs. Hello, Streamlabs. You're so annoying sometimes. Oh, look. Hi, Sean. Hey,
hello.
Sean. It's so great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us today. Happy Wednesday to you. I hope you're well. Susan says she's getting her PMQ monthly too. That's great, Susan. The first couple of them, don't get frustrated. The first couple of months kind of get run a little slow sometimes. They're just trying to get all the kinks worked out of it. So just be patient with it. If you haven't gotten it already, you will soon. Hi, Kiri. So great to see you again. I hope you're well. Judy says, that's so sweet of you. Grandma will love it. Aw. Sean says, it will be the first PMQ in 2 years where I didn't do the batiks. The saloon looks great. Yeah, I told Lucas, I said, I am really jelly because the purple batiks are absolutely gorgeous. And he's over here like flipping them back and forth. He's like, Danny, which one's the right side? I'm like, there isn't one. I'm like, that's the beauty of batiks. You just pick side. Doesn't matter. So that's really exciting. So yeah, we're happy that he picked that out. All right, so I think I've gotten through every... Oh, hi, Patty. Sorry, I almost missed ya.
Oh.
Hello. I almost missed ya. Sean says he's doing well. Awesome. Okay, so I think I've said hello to everybody that was in chat. If I miss you, please make sure you say hello in chat so we can make sure to officially say hello to you. I hate it when I miss people, so I'm going to try and do this. Like, I am so off. Everything is off. Like, everything's on the wrong angle, and put this away. So I'm going to be I am doing the ironing today. Not really happy about it, but it's okay. It's fine. I will manage. So we're going to be working on clue 1. So let's flip this camera over so you guys can see a little bit better about what's going on here. Well, that lighting's awful, isn't it? Let's see if we can fix that. Is that better? Well, it is what it is. This camera sucks. It's just terrible. So, okay. So here's our saloon colorway. As you can see, these are purple batiks. You can see the colors better on the normal camera than you can on the zoom camera today. Whatever. It's fine. So let's uncover them real quick. So Lucas has already laid out his fabrics by letters. Oh, you found a D.
I just borrowed one from another.
Oh, that's okay. So this is how we like to start ours. Now, if you have followed us before, if you've watched our Tree of Life, what we like to do is we like to open our clue, separate our fabrics by color. So here, let me slide that. There we go. So we like to separate our fabrics by color and then mark them, so then that way, as we're going through the clue, things make it a little bit easier for us to be able to grab the pieces that we need and sew them through. So Lucas is very nervous.
I am. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what I'm nervous for, but...
I'm like, I'm not going to let you fail, kid. Don't worry about it. You're going to be fine. So he's going to have a great time. So he's laid out his fabrics just by color. We're not going to worry about sizes or shapes or anything like that, just by color. And we've got little alphabeties on the letters so that we know which one is which. Now, we also have our colorway. On the back of our colorway, I'm so awkward about things. On the back of our colorway is our color guide. It's our color chart. So it tells us what type of fabric goes with which color or which letter. So then that way when we're looking at our clues...
Can you read that?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
But thank you. I'll manage. I'm a big girl. I can figure this out. We can match up the letters with the different colors. So cottoncuts always give you the directions in black and white. They're never in color because they have way too many colorways to choose from. So all the directions are always in black and white, and then you just match up the letters. Yep. Sean says, you'll do great, Lucas. Jack is always around if you need him.
I know where Jack is. I got my eyes on Jack. He's not coming out.
He's determined. Susan says, good thing I haven't packed my alpha biddies for the renovation. Well, Susan, you don't necessarily need to use alpha biddies. You can use whatever you'd like. Some people have actually made stickers out of the colorway, and then they just put the stickers on the colors. I mean, you can use letters, numbers. Some people have like clothespins with letters on them that you can use as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be alpha biddies, but it just makes things a lot easier if you kind of have it all laid out for you, so you're not constantly checking. I'm just taking over. It's fine.
You're fine.
I'm not used to sitting over here. I should be over there. So anyway.
Oh,
look! Hi, Tony.
Hi.
My daughter Tony is in chat. Hi, honey. She's here to support her fiance.
Yeah. I may have sent her the stream link earlier to make sure she knew how to get here.
Oh, and I totally forgot to point out, Lucas is representing the channel here today. He's got some merch on. If you're interested in purchasing any merch, make sure you do ! merch in chat. It'll give you a link. You can get a really cool coffee mug. We got t-shirts, sweatshirts, tank tops. We've got, yes, my coffee mug, it's so cool. We also have drawstring bags if you're interested in those. So if you're interested in any of that, do ! merch in chat. Tony has come to cheer on Lucas. Yes, she has. Yes, she has.
Oh, tell Megan we say hi.
Hi, Megan. All right, so we're going to go ahead and dive in here and get started. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you a little bit nervous?
I'm a little bit nervous, but I think once we get moving...
Yep, exactly. So, like I said, Lucas has only done about 40 minutes behind this machine, so he's a little nervous. Hi, Naomi.
Hello.
She says she'll be lurking. No problem. We're going to be hanging out today. So tell me, how many of you guys have signed up? Show of hands. How many of you guys have signed up for the Wild West PMQ? Just show of hands.
1, 2.
Oh, I've got a few. There's a few there. We can't see your hands. Anyway, so if you have signed up for PMQ, leave a message on in chat. Let us know that you're signed up for it. Let us know what colorway you're choosing. Like I said, I picked Crimson Holdings, which is this one here. Or Crimson Canyon, which is this red and gray and white. And so I can't wait to start making that one. That is going to be really exciting. I will put mine together probably this weekend or later. Team Tombstone! You go, Sean. Sean says Team Tombstone. Woohoo! That's awesome. Judy says she's got Clue 1 done. That's awesome, ooh. Judy. Congratulations. Make sure you post pictures in our Facebook group. We'd love to see what colorway you've chosen. We'd love to see the pieces as they start to come together. It's really, really exciting. All right. Let's go. Let's get started. Are you ready? On this. I know, because it's like almost 8 o'clock. It's like almost bedtime. Oh, yeah. Seriously. It's so late on a Wednesday. Whew. This is crazy. All right. So, sorry. I'm used to being in charge.
So, we need a big triangle C. We're going to need 2 of them because we're making 2 of these large squares.
Very good.
So 2 of the triangle C's.
Uh-huh.
And 2 of the large triangle A's.
Uh-huh.
And looks like we only have 2.
Awesome. So how are we putting those together, Lucas?
Long edges together.
Very good. Yes, exactly. The directions don't actually spell that out for you, but based on the picture, the long edges is what we're going to be using, and that's usually the bottom edge of a triangle. So you can see the edge of a triangle is here to here. Those are the sides, and then this is the bottom. So we're going to put long edges or bottoms together. Colorway is Bluebell. Ooh, Susan, that sounds pretty. Is Lucas making a small or a large? Lucas is making the small.
Yes.
Yes, Lucas and I are both making smalls. Excuse me, I'm sorry. We're both making the small sizes. Are you ready?
No, I'm making sure it's lined up.
Now, if you're challenging, if it's challenging for you to remember which way to put the pieces together or things like that, the best thing to do is to grab a pin and put a pin along the edge of wherever you're going to be sewing. Now, I think Lucas can handle it because these are pretty. But
these are big.
These are big pieces. When we get into the smaller ones, we might have a little bit of trouble. So he might just throw a pin in there just to remind himself which edge he needs to sew on. Don't have to be perfect. You're gonna be okay. I promise.
Okay.
So you're gonna be fine.
It's like going over a little bit, and I'm just... Okay.
It's okay. Take a deep breath. Center ourselves. We can do this. He's gonna do great. Everybody.
I couldn't hear that.
Everything's gonna be fine. Katie says, "Go, Lucas, go!" See, we're all rooting for him. He's gonna be fantastic.
All right, well.
All right, here we go. Ready? Ready? Yes.
It's off.
Awesome. So he is off to a great start so far. We are using a light colored thread. All 100% cotton. I pulled from my stash. I had some light purple thread that he was able to use, so we're going to be using that today. Gosh, see how quiet she is? She's so quiet. I just got my baby lock back from the shop last weekend, and she sounds amazing. Absolutely amazing. She just needed a nice thorough cleaning, and she sounds perfect. Sean says, I think I can. I think I can. I know I can. There you go. Exactly. Yes. John says he uses a clip when he can't remember. A clip is another great way to do it. I use a pin because, I mean, the clips are all the way over there and the pins are closer. But I will use whatever I need to. Now, I guess it's my job to actually press these fabrics.
So we are pressing... Oh, I got to try to remember this.
Towards the A.
Towards the A. Well, I probably do it underneath here.
There you go. Yep.
Towards the A.
There you go. So the fabric that we're pressing towards always goes on top, like this, and then we open it up like this, roll it out. Now I always do a finger press right along the edge just to make sure that everything kind of stays where it's supposed to before I get it over to the iron, and I press after every step. That's just what I do. You don't have to. Sean will tell you, don't press at all, because he doesn't like it at all. So, so I like to press after every step just to make sure everything lays nice and flat and perfect. That's just me because I'm weird like that. But you don't have to. As long as the pieces are laying flat enough that you can work with them, that's really all you need to worry about. There we go. See, Nancy says we are sending great sewing vibes. There you go. Yep, just the ones. Yep. If it doesn't get caught, then you pulled it out. You're fine. He's just using some tricks I showed him to try and make sure that things don't get jammed. Go slow. Judy says she uses pins too.
And number 2 is off.
There you go. That's all right. It's okay. Sean says, I started pressing about a year ago. I do press after each step of these, but he says he presses his seams open, so then that way he doesn't have to worry about which is which. That is absolutely a great option for you to do as well, Sean. I follow the pressing instructions, because then that way I know that the seams are going to nest up really nicely, but opening them up is a great way too. There you go. All right. Yay! You did step 1! Woo! Yay! See? This isn't so hard. A, right?
Yes, pressing towards A.
I'm not familiar with the fabrics yet, so I just keep checking my fabrics here. All right, what's step number 2, Lucas?
Step number 2, we are making a small triangle with 2 small triangle C's and 2 small triangle F's. I grabbed 3.
And how are we assembling those together?
Long sides together.
So we're making another square with our triangles.
We are making another square.
We're going to do 2 of those?
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Judy says this is her second PMQ, and so far I'm enjoying the process. Judy, how are you liking the Tree of Life? I remember that one was your first one. How are you liking that one? You really like it so far? I love the PMQs. They're so much fun. I love cotton cuts in general. We have so many cotton cuts projects coming up here on the channel. I'm just so excited for it. I don't know if you guys have gotten a chance to catch up yet, but we are doing the Floral States of America project. I'm having so much fun with that project. Each video is about 8 to 10 minutes long, and it showcases a different state within the Union. So we're going in based on the order in which the states have joined the Union. So far, so it's been a lot of fun. So I hope you guys have caught that. We're going to be doing the 3rd state tomorrow, so it's going to be really exciting. Sean, honey, I'm with you. He says sometimes I do not memorize the fabrics until about clue 8. Yeah, I'm with you. That's why I always have my color chart with me. That is probably the number one tip or trick that I can give anyone that's doing a PMQ is do not throw away your color chart. Keep your color chart with you. In fact, what I do is I tuck my color chart in with all my clues after I finish them, so then that way I never have to worry about losing it. I will do that with this one that I set over there when I'm done. But that's what I do, so then that way I never lose it, and I always keep it with me. How are we doing over here?
So with the small triangle, we are pressing towards the C fabric, which is this light colored fabric. So
the light colored purple?
Okay. On top, and
there you go. So now when we finger press, we're actually pressing against the seam. So now, like, I have a nice fingernail, so it works really well.
Yeah,
but obviously you don't have a fingernail, so you would just use the pad of your finger to just kind of smush it down. Okay? Like that.
I'll try and remember that part.
Okay.
They're throwing a lot at me today.
There's a lot, I know. And we're only on, like, episode 1. I mean, we got 9 more to go.
Oh.
Yes, Sean, that is true. But I think that the clue vault is only for those who have prepaid, I think. Isn't that right? If I remember correctly, that's only for those who have prepaid. Cottoncuts is doing something a little bit different this time with this round of PMQs. Anyone who has a prepaid subscription for the PMQ has been given an evidence locker, which is basically an electronic place to hold their clues. Oh. Online. So no, they're not sending them, they're not emailing them to us anymore. They're going to be putting them in the evidence locker, and so then we can just go online and pull them off. So that's going to be kind of cool. He's moving right along. He's going to do fine.
I just got to work up my my speed.
Katie says take a picture of your color chart. Yes, that is a great thing to do too as well, just to be on the safe side in case the dog eats it. 100%. Susan says, I'm going to be making a Washington State quilt, have been collecting fabrics and a panel. Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun, Susan. I can't wait to see what that looks like. Make sure you post pictures of that in our Facebook group. If you do !FB in chat, it'll give you a link. And you can follow our Facebook group over there. We post a lot of pictures over there of the things that we're working on. All right, Lucas, we are already on step 3. We were just moving right along, aren't we?
We are moving right along.
Yeah, see, this is not as intimidating as you thought it was going to be. What is our clue? Or what is our step number 3, Lucas?
So with the square, is there a name for these?
No.
So with the square that we just made with the C and the F, we are going to sew that to another F, but we're going to sew it to one of these squares.
And how many of those are we making?
We are making 2 of these as well.
Okay, and how are we attaching these?
With a sewing machine?
Are we attaching them to the right, to the left? What are we doing?
To the right. So our F's will line up
like that. So we want to make sure that our C fabric is in the top, the upper left corner.
Yes.
And our F fabric is in the bottom right corner. And then we're going to attach the F square to the right of our assembly?
Yes.
Okay.
So now is this when it starts to matter, because you don't want to sew it like this.
Correct.
You want to do it with this face so it opens up.
Yes, absolutely. It's called right sides together. So Lucas was asking an excellent question for people who don't know how to sew. This is right sides, meaning the seam is at the back. And then where the seam is at, that's called the wrong side. So when we're sewing things together, we want to sew them right sides together. So then that way when we open them up, the seam is always towards the back. So now this one here, Lucas, remember I've mentioned it before on the channel.
Bulk.
Right, the bulk,
so
exactly.
I'm going to start at this end and go down?
Well, let's double check and make sure that we've laid our pieces out correctly. So we've got our C. Like that.
See up in the top left.
This is the wrong fabric, hon. Oh, I'm sorry. No. You're right. I'm sorry. Wow. This is okay. So there's F and F. Okay, yep. So we're gonna flip this one here. So now what we're gonna do is, now when we talk about bulk, there's this corner here that's got 2 pieces. Now my machine doesn't like this. it just jams up. It gets really angry. So, and I know this about my machine because I've used my machine enough. So what I'd like to do is I like to sew on the edge that doesn't have the bulk. So I flip it over, and then I sew on this edge. And this is when a pin comes in handy, because now I can actually pin this edge so that by the time I get it over to the machine, I still remember which edge it is I need to sew. Because my brain stops between here and there. It just does. I don't know. I think it's an age thing. So that's why I use the pin to remind me. But this is how you want to sew. Just like that. Don't flip it. You're okay. Once you sew it, you'll see. So we started this way.
I'm just making sure.
I know. This is how we want it to end. Okay? So I'm going to flip this one on the top of this one. Line them up. And then I'm going to flip the whole thing over like this. So we're still going to sew on this edge so that when I flip it over again, it'll still be sewn the way we want it. Gotta have a little bit of faith, hon. A little bit of faith.
Okay. This.
Yep. Mm-hmm. See, this is where a pin comes in handy.
This edge.
Yep.
And opens up. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Got it?
Yep. Just making.
It's okay. It's okay. But you know what? If you make a mistake, like Sean said, Jack's here to help.
Jack's not coming out. That'll be my one thing.
We are not taking Jack out today. Not today.
Am I not pushing this when I'm pulling my fabric out all the way?
I'm sorry, what?
It keeps just staying right here.
Oh, that's just because of the cutter. The cutter always pulls the fabric down to cut it, so you just pull it back out.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's normal. Good one, Lucas, Judy says. Sean does love that answer. Judy says, I'm so glad to hear you say that, Danny. I was worried that I was starting to get dementia.
About what?
I don't remember. Whatever it was, I'm so glad I was right. I hear Mr. Wizard on the other end of the door. I think there's a puppy at the door. No. Oh, I was going to tell you to go ahead and chain piece these, so then that way you can do one right after the other.
Oh, boy.
That's
now you're throwing chain piecing in me already?
I'm throwing all kinds of terminology at this poor kid.
Okay. Now you're going to have to start... You want me to start chain piecing.
Yeah, so we'll do that with the next one. I'll show you.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to be pressing this one towards the F fabric. So remember I told you before, whatever fabric you're pressing towards, that's the one you want on top.
Okay.
Towards top. That's how you remember. Okay, so we're going to be pressing towards the F. So I'm going to open up the F fabric here like this. And I'm going to be pressing it that way. Go, just like that. So now, double check, make sure. We got our F block here, F there, and our C here. That's what we want.
Yep.
No Jack today! Not yet, anyway. You okay?
I feel like I'm starting to understand where you're coming from. You line it up, and then from here to the machine, you lose everything.
You second guess yourself. So next time we'll pull the pins out so you can check it. See, Susan says, you can do it, Lucas. You can do it. I know you can. He's doing a great job. But this is just a testament for you guys, for those of you who don't even know how to sew, how fantastic this Cottoncuts program really is. As long as you have a basic knowledge of how to use the sewing machine and maybe a buddy to help you out, just in case. But you should probably not do it unsupervised. But that's how great this is you can pick up on it pretty quickly. Now Lucas has a little bit of an advantage as he's been the moderator on the channel for the last 3 years, so he's heard the terminology. He's seen me do it. He's sat here with me and hung out with me, so he has a little bit of background knowledge, so he's not completely blind in this. But he is doing pretty well. Okay.
Do you want me to?
Yes, I want you to do it. Now finger press it. There you go. See ya.
I'm probably much better with nails, but I don't have...
It's okay.
I have no nails.
It's okay. It's fine.
Okay, I am going to start lining up the next one. So for step 4, we are going to make another square. A lot of squares today.
That's all right.
We're going to use fabric A. Oh, more down here. And 2 more fabric Fs, which is right here. We're going to make 2 more squares. Combining... I don't want to mess up my pieces. Long sides together.
Mm-hmm. Yep, perfect. Awesome. Lucas, they said Lucas has a big cheer section. LOL. And Judy says Lucas needs to do your clue 1 for practice. Judy, if there's time, he can absolutely do mine as well. I'm thinking there might not be time. We'll see. But yeah, no, he can absolutely do mine. He can come back whenever he wants. He knows that the door is always open to him. He can come out and hang out with me whenever he wants. So if he wants some practice and wants to do my clue, he's more than welcome to, because Lord knows I have enough of them to do. My goodness, I have Floral States of America. I have Tree of Life. Now I have Wild West. I purchased 2 gnome table runners that we're going to be working on. What else do I have from Cottoncuts? My goodness, I feel like there's one more in there, and I'm not sure what it is. I don't remember at the moment. But yeah, I have a ton of projects coming in for Cottoncuts, and I absolutely love every single one of them. They're so much fun to do. And then, of course, we have our regular projects on top of that. We just finished our Home Sweet Home project, which is super exciting. We're working on Resilient. We're working on Tiffany. We're going to be starting a new one here very soon on the channel in the next few weeks. Lots of stuff.
All right, so I'm going to need you...
Oh, Nancy says remembering which side to sew.
All right.
Now Lucas is going to chain piece. Now this is a terminology that I've thrown at him, and basically what it is you're just going to sew one piece right after the other. You're not going to pull anything off the machine, and that's just kind of a speed thing. It's not necessarily a requirement, but it does kind of speed up the process a little bit. So you can sew all the same pieces up together at one time, and then go ahead and pull them apart.
Okay. Am I just...
Yes. Now you can lift up the presser foot a little bit and just kind of tuck the fabric in there up into the needle. Go ahead and lift it up.
Right.
Up to the needle, yeah. And then put it back down. There you go. And just start sewing again.
I don't know why it looks like it's angled more.
It shouldn't be. Well, it might be a little bit. Tape it up just for a second. There you go. There you go. You're good. Lucas is using, I'm having Lucas use a guided presser foot. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a 1/4 inch foot, but it's got a little guide on the side of it, and that's just to help make sure that he stays at a nice 1/4 inch. Now, I use my guided presser foot all the time because I veer off. I can't sew a straight 1/4 inch seam without the guide. I just can't do it. So I use my guided presser foot, and that's what I'm asking. I have Lucas using as well. If it's a game changer for me. If you struggle with your 1/4 inch seam, making sure that it's nice and straight, I strongly recommend a guided foot. They're a lot of fun. Hi Annabelle, welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. It's so great to see you. You have to wait about 5 minutes before you can enter into chat, but we are so excited to meet a new friend. So thanks for that.
All right, and with this fabric that we have just made, we are going to be pressing towards this A fabric, which is on top, laying it out.
See, he can run the show. He doesn't need me.
If there's ever a sick day, you know who's going to be on the channel.
There you go. No more days off for Danny.
As long as it's a PMQ and everything's laid out already.
Yeah, it's like Mr. Wizard. As long as there's a recipe that I can follow, then I can cook dinner. That's fine. All right. Awesome. See, now the nice thing is because we've chain pieced them, we can actually press them up together. So normally what I do is I lay them both, I chain piece them up when I'm pressing them too. So I lay all the pieces out on the ironing board at one time. You guys have seen me do this on my videos. I just lay them all out and I just hit them all at the same time with the iron. It's just a time-saving thing. I mean, not that we're in any rush. If it takes us all night, it takes us all night. You know, it is fine.
All right. So, we are now going to take the fabric we just made, the square that we just made, and attach it to our square Fs on the fabric A. So the fabric A will be in the bottom left, and we're attaching our square fabric F to the left.
There you go.
I'm hoping, I'm trying.
So go ahead and flip it over. You can just turn it. So let me show you again. So here's A and F. We're going to sew this edge here. So we're going to flip this one on top of that one. Now we could run it through the machine like this, just like this. It would be a little awkward because it's going to be on the wrong side, our garden foot and all that other stuff. It's just not going to work. So we have to flip it this way. Okay.
Oh, I'm going to flip it again.
Right, exactly. And then we're going to flip it this way. So now we're going to sew, we're still sewing the same edge. It's like a magic card game. It's like a magic card game. We're going to flip it and flip it and flip it, and I swear to you, it will turn out correctly. But that's where the pin comes in. The pin is perfect, or a clip, or, whatever. So we know that this is the edge that we're going to be sewing. So hold it just like that. Careful, smartphone. Is anybody else just having so much fun watching you struggle? Like, oh, I remember that. I remember learning how to do that. It was a lot of fun. Got it? All right.
I'm hoping.
There we go.
I'm going to try and chain piece these ones.
No jack. No jack. No jack. No jack. I've lined this one up for you already, so you can just throw it right on the machine. So when you're chain piecing, you want to make sure that that goes all the way past the needle, which it has. You're fine. But you just wanted to make sure that it went all the way past the needle before you stick the next one underneath there.
And this is...
all lined up and ready for you. Do you trust me?
So, you guys are my witness. If this is not correct and Jack the Ripper comes out. Just for your information.
There you go, Judy. Judy says by the time Lucas gets through the third clue, he will be wanting his own sewing machine. He technically has a sewing machine already. Tony, my daughter Tony, his fiance.
It's so weird. I'm still getting used to it.
It's fun to say. His fiance Tony, my daughter, has her own sewing machine, and because she's away at school, he's going to be using her sewing machine off camera to practice on things when she's not here. But yes, it is weird.
I've already gotten yelled at for accidentally saying girlfriend. I will admit that.
So, for those of you who don't know, Lucas and Tony are newly engaged. What has it been, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, month maybe?
Almost a month.
Almost a whole month. Oh my goodness, a whole month. But so it's, everybody's been through that. It's this weird transition period. You have to get used to things. So which way are we pressing these fabrics, Lucas?
We are pressing these towards the F fabric square, so it's going to be on top, and then pressing it out.
Awesome. So remember I was telling you before that I not only chain piece them to sew, but I chain piece them to iron as well. So I lay out the two pieces just like this. The seams lined up. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I just hit them both with the iron at the same time.
Done and done.
One and done. One and done. There we go. Boom. All right. What's up next, Lucas?
All right. Now, we are sewing together our pieces that we just made from the past couple of steps.
Oh,
so, now I really have to make sure everything's right here.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if we can figure it out. Hi, Annabelle. It's so great she got through her 5-minute timeout period. It's so great to see you. Welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us today. We are so happy to hear from you. Are you familiar with cottoncuts? Are you familiar with the PMQ? Let us know. Susan says, a long time ago for me. Started sewing at age 7, 60 years ago. Started quilting 36 plus years ago. That is awesome, Susan. I started sewing when I was 3rd grade. So, I don't know, like 7 or 8 probably. I can't do the math anymore. So I started sewing when I was in 3rd grade. I did a little bit of machine sewing. It was mostly the hand sewing and stuff. I didn't start doing real machine sewing until I was in 6th grade. When I learned how to do it in school. And that's when I sat next to my grandma and she helped me with it.
I figured it out. It took me a little bit. I thought we sewed them together wrong. I was looking at the wrong pieces.
Okay. All right. So this is how we're going to lay them out. So we've got our A fabric down here.
Yes. And our C fabric is up here.
in the upper left corner. Okay. So we're going to flip one on top of the other. And this is where we're going to need to make sure that we nest up our seams. Because this piece right here in the corner, these two seams here are going to nest up. Now, what does nesting mean? For those of you who are new, huh?
So hopefully.
Oh, no, they will. So for those of you who are new, what happens is we have pressed the seams in opposite directions so that when we lay them on top of each other, they're going to nest up like this. They're going to butt up right next to each other, just like this. Hi, Chloe. Hi, Siberian Wind. It's so great to see you. Happy Wednesday evening to you. I hope you're well. Now, I've shown Lucas once before how to nest up seams, so let's see if he can get it right. Got it? Just feel it with your fingers.
I'm pretty sure, if you want
to... Uh-huh, yeah. Yeah, so the best way to do this is to start with the pieces separate from each other and just kind of slide them together until they nest up next to each other. It's really cool to feel it with your fingers, and that's the easiest way to do it, is to just feel it with your fingers. Now, you can use the pin method where you put a pin in there and put them together. You can do that too. I just find that if you take the pieces and keep them separate and then just keep sliding them up next to each other until they butt up, that's usually the best way to go. Hi, Denise! Happy Saturday. So, no, what day is it? Wednesday. Wednesday. Happy Wild West Wednesday to you. Yes, Denise, I am not normally on Wednesdays, but this is a brand new series on the channel. We're going to be doing at least one, maybe 2 Wednesdays a month, where we're going to be putting together our Wild West clues. So it is Wild West Wednesday. It's something different that we're going to start on the channel. Today is episode 1. So don't worry about it if you didn't know we were on. That's okay.
Okay.
Annabelle says she's been sewing since she was also 63 years ago. Wow, Annabelle. That is awesome. Are you struggling?
Just a tad bit.
What do you mean? You got it?
I'm trying to see if I can figure out... So... This right here.
So here's your C. Here's your A. Like this, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to take this one. We're going to flip it down onto this one.
Flip it.
Nest up the seams. Edges. Give me the pins. I'll show you a chart. No, just bring the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
There. Now we know which seam we need to sew.
Okay.
It just makes life easier.
It does.
It just works smarter, not harder. I hate pins as much as the next guy, but one pin just to hold the pieces so that I know which seam I need to sew is the best way to go. Now, we were talking about bulk before with my machine. Now, this is just my machine. Maybe your machine works fine. We're talking about my machine here for just a second. My machine hates bulk. It just hates it. It likes to eat it up. And it makes me insane. So if we were to try to feed this through the machine, starting with here, this is bulky. And it's just going to be like, I don't want to do it. So what I do is I try to find, now I can't always, but I try to find the edge to start on that doesn't have the bulk. Now this side does not have any bulk, so I would start on this end and work my way the other way. Now the thing is when you get to this middle section, it's going to try and pull this piece back like this. See how it folds back like that?
Yeah.
It's going to try and do that. So you just want to make sure that it stays tucked underneath there when you get through the machine, and you'll be fine.
How do I make sure it gets tucked underneath there?
Well, when you get towards it, you just take the little purple thing, you stop, you lift up your foot, you take the little purple thing, you make sure you slide it underneath there to make sure it's nice and flat, and you just keep going.
Where's the purple thing?
The purple thing is in the white basket there.
White basket?
Yeah. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about.
Hey.
I have purple. It's called a purple thingamajig, is what it's called.
Is it actually?
I think it's a purple thang. Thang. THANG is what it's called. I have one. I have a purple one. I buy the cheap ones from Amazon. They're like $4 for a pack of 8 or something. I buy the cheap ones. But it, basically all it does is it helps you feed the fabric onto the machine. You can use a stiletto. If you have a stiletto, you can use whatever you want. Your fingers, just be careful with the needle, things like that. But it just kind of helps you guide the fabric through. So now the pin is underneath, so we pin the wrong side because otherwise you're going to have a hell of a time trying to get it out. So we'll just go this way. I like that. So there, this is the edge you want to sew. Yep, just like that. You okay?
Yeah.
You're going to be fine. Just go slow when you get over the edge.
Now we're adding a lot more steps in. This is where...
Whew, some technical stuff here happening here, people. This is where the boys are separated from the men. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Judy, I have tried a leader and an ender. Yeah, it probably does work better, and I have tried it before. It's just the bulk. It's an older machine. It's not as strong as some of the newer machines, and just does not like that bulk. I've tried adjusting my presser feet too. I've just tried a bunch of different things, but the leader and ender is a great way to do that for you as well. It doesn't eat up your corners, which is really nice. Put it on the magnet. You goof. Brett46, hello. How are you? I hope you are well. Yes, chopsticks work just as well. Yes, that is a great option as well to help you.
I'm right at the bulk.
Okay. So you're going to want to lift your foot.
All the way?
Yep. Just flip it. There you go. It's only going to go up so high. And now you're going to take this piece here. I'm going to show everybody how to do this now. And you're just going to slide it underneath to make sure that it lays nice and flat. I'm just pushing the fabric back towards the needle to make sure it lays nice and flat. And I can feel that it's flat. And then I'm going to put my thing back down, and I'm going to go over the machine. Now, the other thing I'm going to use is I'm going to use this end here, and I'm going to go underneath when this gets to the needle, okay? I'm just going to put it right underneath here and just kind of push. Just gently push. See, I'm gently pushing? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just over here. Not
underneath the needle.
Like Grandma Joyce does and runs it over with the needle. Yes. Oh, back here.
Okay.
And that's only if you feel like it's not going all the way through.
I dropped a purple thing.
Excuse us a minute. We need to go downstairs. Okay.
And that's only if I feel the
only
needle.
If you feel like it's not moving. If it's moving on its own, just let it move on its own.
Okay.
Let's see how he does. Is everybody else like anticipation? Oh, we didn't even put the light on. My goodness. No wonder you're having such a hard time. Right there.
Oh. Is there a...
Yeah, over there on the side. Next to the cabinet door. There's a switch. We didn't even turn the light on. Kick it. There you go. Look at how much more light is back there now.
There we go. Oh, man. We really were out of our comfort zone when we were swapping places.
Completely out of it. Yes. Normally, I don't even turn the machine on until the light's back behind there. That's funny. So there you go. All right. Now you can see. Let's shine some light on the subject, shall we? All right, go ahead. You can do it. Susan says, a year and a half ago, I made 2 baby quilts as leaders and enders. That's awesome. That is really cool. See, it didn't struggle this time. No, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's just, it's temperamental. Do this.
I know, I was...
Oh, okay.
I was taking my foot off the...
Okay. You're doing a fantastic job, by the way. Absolutely fantastic job.
I hope so.
You're making it look easy.
Well, she has to give herself more credit than she gives herself. Because all I've known is a little bit from growing up, but it's mostly just been the channel moderating and being here and watching. That is my experience when it comes to this. So,
well, you're doing a fantastic job. Now you tell him, Nancy says. Yeah, oh, about the light? I told you, I'm not used to being on this side of the machine. And Judy says, I'm enjoying this. You both are entertaining me. Well, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad that we're entertaining you. So I'm going to lift it up. It's not going anywhere because the needle's down. So it's holding the fabric. So you're just going to keep your finger here. Slide it, turn it, there you go, and just slide it to push the fabric back. That's all you're doing. You're just making sure that it's laying down the way it needs to go, the direction it needs to go, which is that, towards the needle. Perfect. That's all you need to do, and then go ahead and put it back down. And try and go through. Go, Lucas, great job. Exactly. It's doing fantastic. It's doing fabulous. He's not going to need me. Like after, the clue 3 or clue 4, you're just going to see him on the camera. He's not going to need me anymore.
It'll be a solo stream.
There you go. One of these days, he's just going to take over. There you go. Awesome.
Ding. All right.
You're so careful. You're
so careful.
It's so slow and so careful. It's okay though. So how are we pressing these now, Lucas? Now that we've finally gotten them together.
We are pressing towards this fabric with the C in the top left corner. So up. And
like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I like to finger press. My finger doesn't bend that way. I got it. There we go. Alright, so now see, again, I'm going to lay these one right on top of the other. Now, they're not quite on top of each other. See what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh, the iron got cold. I am a terrible iron.
You're not used to it.
Well,
I guess typically you are used to it. Cause
I'm
you're
a
doing
terrible
both.
Madam Presser. Annabelle says you can sew on paper to keep the feed dogs from displacing the way the seam lays. Yes. Yes, that works as well. With the cotton cut stuff, I found I haven't needed to do the paper, adding the paper, but I have done that before with other things where you add a sheet of paper underneath it to make sure that everything lays the way it's supposed to. Or you can like just fold the piece of paper around it to make sure that everything stays. I have done that before with other things. But that is an excellent tip, Anna. Thank you for that. All right. Okay. Now we've got two pieces ironed up flat. Ta-da.
All right. So now these pieces that. What was your nickname, Madam?
Madam Presser.
Madam Presser has pressed out for us. We were taking those pieces.
There we go.
And these other. We forgot about these ones. These ones that we made in step one, the big triangle or big squares.
The big squares, yep.
We are going to add these next to each other, and I have to verify. So the A fabric up here will be in this top right, next to the F fabric.
There you go.
They're big squares.
They're big squares. There you go. There you go.
Okay, making sure.
Sorry, I got like something in my eye. I'm not crying, I promise. You need to use the pin as a trick?
I know, I'm just making sure. We don't have to worry about nesting seams on this one, right?
No, this one's not going to really nest because there's no seams that are matching up. And Lucas asks a great question. He says, do we have to worry about nesting any seams? And the answer is no, because there's no seams that are going to line up next to each other. They're going to overlap, but there's nothing that's going to line up next to each other that we need to worry about matching them up together. And unfortunately on this side, we're going to have bulk on both sides. So again, this is just for my machine. Your machine probably works fantastic. I know my machine and it doesn't like it. So what I'm going to recommend for Lucas is we're going to try and sew so that the bulk is on the top and not on the bottom, because then that way the feed dogs can't grab it. It'll be on the top. So try.
Well,
see the look on his face.
The only issue is I've lined these.
Oh, that's great.
So
look on your face like, huh?
Well, okay, because look. So. You know what? Let me reorient myself really quick.
I understand.
Okay. So this one's here.
So
okay.
Now you're going to have a bulk here and a bulk here. So what I'm saying is just make sure that the bulk is on the top. So when you sew this line here, see there's no bulk on the bottom here, but there's on the top. You want to start on this edge.
I'll start on that
and
edge.
instead of this one, because the bulk is on the bottom and not on the top.
Got it.
Got it?
I was like...
These are just instructions for my machine. Like, these are not instructions that you necessarily need to follow for your own machine.
What was going through my head was I was like, okay, so there's bulk at the top up here. So I was like, I'm going to start down here, but I'm going to sew on the other side, but then there's bulk on the top over here. So I was like, that was my look of, wait a minute, what are we doing?
Sometimes you can't get away from it. Sometimes there's bulk on both edges, and you just got to take a leap of faith.
And now I've messed it up, and I've got
This is why we use the pen. He's got to reorient himself
Okay.
again. That's okay.
So, any tips for...
Susan says was absolute panic on your face.
Wait. Okay.
I'm going to try and see if I can grab that and make it.
Someone clip that.
Yes, that was funny.
All right. Any tips for your machine sewing with the bulk first?
Well, with my machine, again, it doesn't like the bulk. So you want to make sure you start on top of it, not behind it or in front of it. Make sure you're like right on the top of it. So a 1/4 inch is going to be right where you started here. So this is your 1/4 inch. It's going to start here. So you want to go before that. You know, so like start like right here. You know what I'm saying?
So start before?
Yes. Don't start on the edge. Start on it.
On it. Okay.
On it. But don't go to a 1/4 edge because that's too far. 1/4 inch because that's too far. So a 1/4 inch is right here. That's too far. You want to start somewhere in the middle. So you want your needle somewhere in the middle here. Okay. So like right about there. See how it's... So this is 1/4 inch.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse us a second. This is your 1/4 inch seam. Okay, so when we sew up this edge, eventually someday, when we sew up this edge here, we're going to have a 1/4 inch seam, and that's going to be right here. So I don't want to sew on this side of that 1/4 inch because then I'm not going to seal it. It's not going to close.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to make sure that I'm sewing on this side of that 1/4 inch. Okay, but I don't want to sew on the edge, so I want to sew like in the middle, so like 1/8 of an inch.
So not all the way. Not all the way up here.
Right.
And not starting down here.
Right.
Somewhere between.
Right. So right where, yeah, right about there. Yeah, that's where you want your needle. Mm-hmm. And again, these are just things for my machine because my machine's finicky sometimes. Even though she's been cleaned and tuned, she still is a little finicky. Leaders and enders would work fantastic for this, and we may actually try that. Hi, Terry. So great to see you.
Hi,
Welcome
Terry.
back to the channel. We may try our leaders and enders with Clue 2 just so that Lucas can be a little bit more comfortable with that, and maybe that's something that you guys would be interested in seeing as well. So we may try that with Clue 2, but I don't have any prepped for him. I've got a crap ton of scrap fabrics, but I just don't really have any leaders or enders. So I might prep that for him.
How does that look?
It looks fine. Put the needle down. Start with the needle down.
Oh, like, so how do you move it down on your machine?
You push the needle down button.
I guess that does work. On the other machine...
The other machine he's got is a very basic machine. It's not a computerized machine, so he's got to turn the little wheel. Which I do have a wheel. You could have turned it. I just don't use it.
I also had 40 minutes maybe with this before, so literally brand new to this machine.
He's doing fantastic. He's doing a great job. Terry says, family just went home. Nice to catch you. No problem, Terry. Yeah, this is a special stream. This is our Wild West Wednesday. We're going to be doing our Wild West clues on Wednesday evenings. Usually the second or third Wednesday of every month for the next 10 months. So I think we're going to be probably doing 2 Wednesday streams a month. We're going to let Lucas put his clue together first, and then I'll come back in a week or so and we'll put my clue together. It's probably how we're going to do it. We'll have to wait. Alright, now you got to line up the other one. Let's see if he can do it. Can he do it?
I'm going to do it quick, see if I need Jack the Ripper now.
I'm totally making it more nervous by doing things like this. Although I think you've calmed down a little bit. You seem his confidence level seems a little higher. A natural.
No, let's hope these are right.
Now, because the needle is already down, you can just lift up the foot, slide the fabric underneath till you get to the needle. Put the foot down, and start. Now you can start on the end there because the machine is, although the needle is already down.
Okay.
So that is one of the other tricks.
The only thing I'm worried about is this.
It just can tuck back there.
I'm hoping it falls back.
Oh, it'll just tuck back there. It's fine. See? It keeps going. We're just pushing it out of the way. See,
Now it's gonna fall. Now it's gonna fall.
It's fine. It's connected. It's not going anywhere. And Katie says it would be neat to show Grandma the video of Lucas sewing her quilt. Well, these are all going to be saved on the channel, so he will absolutely be able to show them to her if she wants to watch him make them. In fact, she could watch him live if she wanted to. Might not be a bad idea to point that out. Does she have the internet? Does Grandma have the internet?
Yes, she does.
Oh, I mean, some grandmas don't. Awesome.
I have to fix something.
What do you need to fix? Oh, it didn't go back behind. Underneath.
It came out from underneath the little hole.
The presser foot?
Yeah, the presser foot. The little hole. All right, so.
Terry says we went to Hobby Lobby so that no buying fabric until next year and went right out the window. I think I broke that rule in February, Terry. I understand. All right, how are we pressing this, Lucas?
Okay, so the A and C fabric will be on the bottom. The other big fabric with a bunch of squares and triangles will be on top.
It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. That is exactly how we're doing it. Okay, so I'm just gonna finger press this. No, you stay on. Just like that.
I made that.
You did? Aren't you proud? You should be proud.
And that, folks, is step 7 of 14. We are halfway done.
That's all right.
Which, hey, I mean, it has been an hour, and it might speed up from here.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
And it's...
the clues usually take you between 45 minutes to an hour to do by yourself if you're not talking to the camera. And if you're not, brand new to sewing. All right. So what is our next step, Lucas?
All right. Lucas? We are using a new fabric now. We are using the fabric D.
So pretty. Of course, I'm kind of partial to the D fabrics.
We're also making 2 squares with the fabric D.
And?
With our fabric A's.
A's, okay.
We are using our last triangles for fabric A.
Oh, okay.
We're doing long sides together.
Uh-huh.
And with these ones, it does not matter.
Which one is the right side?
Which one is the right side?
Doesn't matter. More exciting than Hobby Lobby is we got good pizza and rice balls to take home. Yum. Ooh, that does sound good. That does sound good. Susan says, I got you beat, Danny. Second week of January, order fabrics online. Yep, you beat me. I at least held out till February. Too funny. Terry says, but I bought fabric for a baby quilt for a baby coming in November and backing for a quilt I'm currently making. So does that really count? Absolutely not. No, it doesn't count. No, none of it counts. No.
None of it counts.
None of it counts. As long as your husband doesn't see the bill, it's fine. No, I'm just kidding. Siberia says, I bought another kit today. Yay! What kind of a kit? Are you talking about a PMQ kit or like just a sewing kit? What kind of kit did you get? Hi, Fern. Gosh, it's been so long since I've seen you. I hope you're well. I see you lurking back there. Hello, how are you?
It is not.
I owe you a thimbles redemption. In fact, the paper for it, you can't probably see it on the camera, but it's right here. I owe it to you, and I'm working on it. What happened?
It's not catching.
It's not catching. Okay, that's okay. So go ahead and lift up there. So now what's happened is it's kind of gotten stuck here. See how it's kind of stuck? So go ahead and cut the thread. No, put that down first.
This down?
Yes, then cut the thread so that actually lifts the needle. Okay, now lift up, and you're going to lose your piece behind you, so grab your piece behind you. Go ahead. Okay, see how they're still connected?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're using a lesson here. See what happened? You were too close to the edge, and it just kind of balled up on the edge there.
Okay.
See? And that happens. This is what happens. I do this all the time.
That's why you don't like the triangles.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. So take the little clippers and just clip off this little like bunch here to get rid of that. Don't cut my fingers. Don't. I'm a terrible person. I'm going to hell. I swear to God.
In a handbasket.
In a handbasket. Yeah, for sure. It's been a while since we've used that phrase. Okay, now cut these. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to feed it through again. Now, because there's still a little bit of bulk there, the machine's going to go, oh, this is where you want it? Oh, that's not where we want it. Okay. So now you're going to want to go back just a little bit further than that. So, like right here. See? To keep that underneath there and start about here. Mm-hmm. Okay? But you see what happened now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I understand why
There's
we do
a
not
puppy at the door.
Uh-oh, what puppy?
I don't know. Let's go see. Hang on, I'll see what puppy. Let's see. Oh gosh, which puppy is at the door? Hey, puppy at the door. You want to come in? You want to come in? Edison, you want to come in? Come
Edison.
You can come in. It's okay. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. Come say hello to everybody.
You have to be a little careful tomorrow.
I think she's camera shy.
Uh-oh.
Come on.
That's how I thought I was too, Addison.
Yeah, I think she's camera shy. That's okay. You, in or out? Pick one. Come on. No, I'm just going to stand at the door. Okay, she's camera shy. It's fine. She doesn't want her 15 minutes of fame. It's fine.
That was much better. Okay.
Yes, works out much better. Okay, so how are we pushing... Oh. How are we pressing this one?
So...
Not pushing it.
We are pressing it towards our beautiful D fabric, so that'll be on top, and pressing it.
That's a pretty fabric. The D fabric is a very, very pretty one. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got rain in the forecast for tomorrow.
Fern says she started working on a yoga mat. I don't do yoga. I will use it as a dresser scarf. I have my mom's dresser and need something. No, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, I love Halloween fabric too. Rat46 says she held out long enough to wait for the Halloween fabric. I like the fall fabrics. It doesn't necessarily need to be Halloween. I just love the fall fabric colors. They're just so gorgeous. The bright oranges and the reds and the burgundy. Oh, so pretty. So, so pretty. All right. So we've got those done. What's next, Lucas?
All right. So with these, Madam Presser has pressed. We are going to attach these to more fabric D. We're going to use our 2 square fabric Ds. Uh-huh. And we are going to attach both D fabrics together. So the A will be on the bottom left. And the big there.
Just like that. Good job. He's learning.
Now I have to do it with this one so that I can chain piece.
There you go. Look how much he's learned in just one episode. Oh, the kit. Oh, she was talking about the kit. Oh, the kit sounds like so much fun. So pretty fabric. Lucas is sewing. Yes, Lucas is sewing. That is right. This is his color. This is his PMQ. He has purchased his own PMQ. I've purchased my own. We will probably do mine another day. But he is doing his today, so it's a lot of fun.
Whether or not...
You missed it in the beginning, Fern, but Lucas purchased this purple batik fabric colorway for his grandma. He's going to be making... He's going to making the saloon colorway for his grandma. So sweet. There you go.
Now I can see it.
Yay. Chloe, I agree with you 100%. Fall has beautiful colors. They're just absolutely gorgeous colors. Look at him all relaxed, just chilling, letting the machine do the work. Like, listen, I got this. It's awesome.
I need to stop stressing.
You're doing fantastic.
I'm doing good now, so...
Your anxiety level just dropped. It did. I saw it was a little high. He's got a little bit of anxiety. He was a little high, but I knew he'd do fine. He just needed to kind of get out of his own head is really what needed to happen. He needed to focus and get out of his own head, and then he was going to do just fine. It's not hard. It's really not hard. As long as you understand the safety, which Lucas and I had been over all of the safety of working with a machine. We'd been through all of that before. So he's aware of the needles and how to handle that kind of stuff. And I mean, he's an adult, so I mean, common sense, people. So he was aware of all of that and all the parts and pieces.
So, to try and avoid what had happened earlier, would it be best to raise the needle up, raise the presser foot, push the fabric underneath where the needle would go, and then lower the needle back down?
You can. Yeah, you absolutely can. Now, the reason that we had that issue is because we were doing it on the corner, a corner. This is a square, so we probably won't have that issue.
Okay.
It's just because, see, the fabric is so much thinner in the triangle, it's so much thinner right there. So what happens is when the needle comes down, and this is just my machine, but when the needle comes down on that corner fabric, sometimes it pushes the fabric down with it. Now, that's a brand new needle, so it's pretty sharp. So I think that's why we're not having as much trouble as we normally do. But what it does sometimes is it pushes that fabric down into the hole where the bobbin is. And so then it just kind of tips underneath and it doesn't go through. And that's what's happening. So I think we're going to be okay with the square one doesn't do that because, see, there's nothing for it to push down against. It's only when you have that corner. And that's only the triangles that I have an issue with. Now, people have said the leaders, the enders, that all works really well. It does help sometimes. And sometimes I just push it back a little bit, and then it's as long as the whole thing is underneath that needle, then it's fine and it works okay. But that's just my machine. Everybody's machine is different. You learn the tips and tricks with your own machine, and that's why I know the tips and tricks with this particular one.
She had me until she said leaders and enders.
Don't run over your fingers. Susan says, I ordered the book, The Little Ghost Who Was a Quilt, and have the quilt pattern that goes along with it. That will be one of the fall projects. Oh, Susan, that sounds so cute and adorable. I'm going to have to check that out. That sounds adorable. There we go. All right, and how are we pressing these fabrics, Lucas? Look at this. Annabelle already figured out how to play the slots game.
Nice.
Look at her. She's an expert. Good job.
I will have to go in. Usually I give new subscribers some thimbles so they can
extra thimbles.
play.
Yeah, Lucas is normally our moderator. He's normally behind the scenes working the moderator stuff, but because he's actually working today, he's working on. Now, honey, it looks like you tried to play the slots with 175 thimbles. My guess is that it didn't take because you probably don't have 175 thimbles yet. So you might want to try a lower number. Do !thimbles in chat, and it'll tell you exactly how many you have. But you can only play with as many as you have that you've earned so far. So check to see how many you've got.
Okay.
And we will get you some in. Lucas and I will make a note here, and we'll get you some so that the next time you watch us, whether that be Sunday morning, Saturday evening, we've got our Saturday evening stream this week too. Lots of streams coming up. If you want to join us Saturday evening for our After Dark edition, you'll be able to work with them then, or Sunday morning. We do our live streams on Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. Central Time every Sunday morning. That is our regular stream. That's when we're always on. And then these Wednesdays and these Saturdays is just usually once or twice a month just for fun. So you'll be able to do them again then.
And during the premiere, so if there's a video that is being premiered.
Yes, I'm premiering all of my Floral States of America. I struggle with the name of this. Floral States of America project. We are premiering all those videos. They're only 8 to 10 minute videos, so the videos do not take very long. But during the premiere, you can actually access all of your thimbles as well because it is considered live. So you'll be able to do it then as well. So that's lots of fun. Lucas says we do miss you playing with us.
I'm sorry, Nancy. I'll try and I'll probably be on the stream Saturday. Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'll probably be playing some of the slots and heists with you guys on Sunday morning.
On Sunday morning, yeah. Lucas usually joins us for the After Dark edition. I think it's just because he likes to drink.
The past couple of times he's been water.
I know, I'm just giving him crap.
All right, so with this fabric that we just sewed up, we are pressing it towards this big square B. So it's going to be on top. We're pressing it out.
Perfect. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Fern says she's been sleeping in the last few Sundays, so she's missed us. And Fern, you know what? That is totally fine. That is why we have replays. That is why they're there, for you to take advantage of them. If you miss a Sunday or 2 or 5, that's okay. We understand. It's no problem. Of course, we love hanging out with you live. We love chatting with you live. But if you can't do it then, that's understandable. All right, Lucas, what are we doing now?
All right. So with Madame Presser's pressed fabric, we are going to take our rectangular piece D.
Ooh, some rectangles.
And
I don't know why I said it that way. Rectangles. I don't know.
I gotta make sure my space is clean.
Yes. Oh, well, gotta keep things organized.
All right. So taking our pressed piece, and we are pressing or sewing.
Attaching.
I can get them. This rectangle
to the bottom.
To the bottom.
Okay.
So this fabric A will be in the bottom left.
The bottom left of the top piece. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So now if we take that bottom piece and we flip it up onto the top one.
Don't know why I flipped it up.
Ta-da! Because
it doesn't matter what side.
Because that's what I told you to do. He's such a good kid. He just does what you tell him to do. And then in both corners, it doesn't matter which corner you start from. That is going to make things easier. Good call. Good call. See, he's starting to think
because I was
through.
thinking, I was like, if I do it this way, then I have to worry about this, and if I do it that way, I got to make sure it's down. But if it's boom.
He's thinking this stuff through. He's figuring it out. If you do flip it over and you keep that flat fabric on the bottom, especially with my machine, the feed dogs have nothing else to grab onto, and so they're gonna work with it.
Bulk on top.
There we go. Bulk on top. There we go.
I'm remembering now.
There we go. Oh, Fern, I'm so sorry to hear that. She says that her husband's been sick with the summer flu that's been going around. Oh, that poor thing. Judy must have won. Oh, Judy. Wow, Judy won 6,200 thimbles. Congrats to you, Judy. Don't forget, you can trade those in for prizes. I know I don't have the little thimbles thing in the corner there anymore, but you can absolutely trade those thimbles in for prizes. You can redeem them for prizes. If you do !point prizes in chat, it'll give you a list of all the prizes that you can redeem them for. I do have 2 people that I owe prizes to, and I know that those are from a while ago, and I truly apologize for it taking me so long to get to them, but they are in there. I'm going to get them out this month. So if anybody else wants to redeem their prizes, they absolutely can. Thank you, Terry, for throwing that link up there. I truly appreciate it. You can go ahead and redeem your prizes, and we will get those out in the mail to you this month. Hi, Melina. It's so great to see you. Happy Wednesday evening to you. Welcome to Wild West Wednesday.
I'm waiting for that tongue twister to get you.
Terry says, boom, he's getting it. Pro in the making. That is right. Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job. He really does a great job. He's a very quick learner, and he's doing a great job. Once he gets out of his head. That was the whole trick. He had to get out of his head. He was so worried about making a mistake, and, And
it's okay, because
you just take it apart. It's no big deal. And he did purchase, just so you guys know, Lucas did opt to purchase the Oops kit, which is an extra 1/8 of a yard of fabric of each of the different colors, so that in the event that something really bad happens and we can't fix it, we can always cut him a new piece if we need to. So he does have that. If it turns out he doesn't need that, we'll make something else fun with it.
Just an extra project.
It's just it'll be an extra project. We'll make some, pencil cases or something with it. We'll see. Yes, Terry, my good machine is back from the spa. Yes, this is Baby. My Baby Lock, she is back from the spa. She came back this past weekend. She is running like a champ. She's doing great. She's quieter, which I didn't even realize this was loud before, honestly. But she's quieter. She's running well. There were no parts broken or anything. She just needed a really good cleaning and a little bit of a tune-up. But yes, this is Baby. Baby's back. Yes.
All right. So now with this block that we have just sewn up, we are pressing it towards the A and D fabric on top.
Oh, so we're going to keep the D rectangle on the bottom.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Better explanation there.
You're learning. It's okay. He's going to take over the show one day. It's fine. I'm training a replacement. It's fine. I'm kidding. I'm not going anywhere.
Right, this stays.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. You got it.
Okay. I think
So if you start like this, okay, and you roll slow, you roll it. So then that way the you got your fingers here, and that way the seam stays where it's supposed to.
Okay.
So see how it's supposed to be up like that? And then you just push it down with your fingers. Yeah. I always finger press first just so that everything lays nice and flat when I get it over here. And I can hit it up with that iron.
Oh boy.
What?
Oh no, I'm just looking at the next step.
Oh boy. Here we go. We are getting close. What are we on? Step number...
We are going on to step number 11.
11 of 14, right? So we are almost done.
Yeah.
We are so close. Yeah, baby's back. That's right, Fern. Nobody puts baby in a corner. I thought it was so funny. My mom's like, really? Really? She even texted me. I get a text message from her, and all it says is, really? It's so funny.
All right, so this is the fabric we just...
Yay, I love that purple. It's so pretty.
Now I'm looking at this next one.
Yes, Susan. Batiks finger press perfect. So well. You are absolutely right. They press really nice. They finger press really nice. They just lay so smooth. So of the first project for Lucas to pick, the colorway for him to pick these batiks was a perfect pick for him because everything's going to work really well. Ford says, I love that movie. I love that movie. Who doesn't love that movie? I'm like, if you don't love that movie, I'm sorry, we can't be friends. No, I'm just kidding.
Now we're getting crazy here.
I know. So, sorry.
No, I'm just saying with this next step.
Oh, this next step? Oh so, boy, here we go. Good night, Anna. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was so great to meet you. I hope you're able to check us out again. We can't wait to meet you again and hang out with you. Terry wants to know, Danny, how much do you love the new sewing room? So much. So much. I know I still have a little bit of work to do. Like, I have really blank walls, and they're making me a little crazy. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to put anything on them because it took so much work to get them these beautiful colors that I don't want to cover it up just yet. So, but there will be things on the walls eventually. But I'm absolutely loving this room. I love the green. Don't you love the green? Isn't it gorgeous? I love the room. I'm in here I've been in here all week because of the videos and stuff. And I love having my own space. I've never actually had my own space in our home. I've never had a room that I could just go to and kind of hang out. And so I've been in here a couple times just kind of sitting in here. Just kind of like absorbing your own energy. I know that sounds really weird, but it's just been so wonderful. So I absolutely recommend it. I love it. Obviously, like I said, there's still a little bit of work to be done. There's still, some things that need to go on the walls, probably some furniture changes and things like that, but I am absolutely loving it. I love the space. I love the room to move around where you don't feel cramped. And I still have like a third of the room left to go with stuff. So it's great. I love it. And Terry says, I love the green. I know. Me too. Me too. If I could have painted the whole room green. Honestly, I could have. But then it really would have messed with the lighting in here. And I just didn't want to do that. So I thought one green accent wall is enough. That's kind of become my calling card. The green walls have kind of become my calling card with regards to the channel. So that's why I kept it. So it's a lot of fun. And for those of you, I'm actually making some changes to the stream itself. The colors on the stream. I showed Lucas a sneak peek of kind of what's been going on. Just the transitions from one camera to the next and things like that are going to be a little different. The countdown screen is going to look a little different. So I'm working on that now too. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And I'll give you a hint. It kind of goes along with the theme of the new room. It's going to go along with the theme of that. So that'll be a lot of fun. Terry wants to know, did I install the wine rack yet?
Oh.
Terry, shh. No wine rack. This is the wine fridge. No, I'm just kidding. No wine rack. The house is small enough I can just walk down the hall. Wine rack. That's a good idea, though. How we doing over there, Lucas?
We are hopefully doing good.
He says hopefully doing good. He doesn't even know.
We are attaching a triangle F to a square A, and then with that we're attaching a triangle D.
Oh, so we're going to make a larger triangle with a square and two small triangles.
Yes.
Gotcha. I missed the step. Okay. So we're starting with our F fabric or our D fabric? Or D fabric first?
We are starting with the F. I went this way, so that way you're pressing towards the A, and then the A towards the D.
Gotcha. Okay. Good call. See, he's thinking it through.
So now with...
So we attached a small a side of the triangle to the side of an A. Small side.
Yes, so
Let's see.
we are pressing towards the A, which is this square.
Uh-huh.
So now we have our F fabric.
Okay. And we're going to be pressing that towards the square.
Yes.
And then we're going to attach this piece here to the bottom to make a nice big triangle.
And we're going to press that towards the D. Yes.
Fern wants to know, Danny, what did you do to your hand? Well, Fern, I didn't do anything serious to it, so that's the good news. I suffer. I can't speak today. I suffer from carpal tunnel from years of typing on a computer and years of typing on a register for in the retail business, and so every once in a while it flares up kind of annoyingly and makes it so that I have to wear the brace for a couple of days. So I've been wearing the brace since after our live stream on Sunday, and it's just about healed now. What happens is basically these fingers go numb, and you would think with them going numb that there wouldn't be any pain associated with that, but it is the complete opposite. Like, it is just horrendous pain. So these 3 fingers end up going numb, and then I have these horrible shooting pains that run down the top of my hand and the back of my hand, and then go all the way up to my elbow. And it's just horrendous. But if I put the brace on, usually after a few hours of having the brace on and my hand kind of being stabilized, the pain subsides. It doesn't go away, but it does subside. So, but then after, if I leave it like this for 2 or 3 days, it kind of heals itself and then it comes back. So I think I have probably 1 more day with the brace, so I should be fine by Saturday for our live stream. But I made the comment earlier that it's probably a good thing that Lucas is sewing today because it would be a little awkward for me to do it. I could, but it would just be a little awkward. So nothing serious. It's something that I've dealt with for many, many years. I kind of know when things happen and when they don't. So I just kind of take my time with it. And lots of ibuprofen. But thank you for asking. I truly appreciate that.
So now we're going to take Madam Presser's pressed fabric.
It's hot off the presses.
It's hot off the presses. And add our fabric D to the bottom of our square fabric A. Hopefully I'm getting all these fabric right.
Yeah, I think so. So go ahead and flip the triangle up onto the square and then just sew on that edge. There you go. Perfect. Awesome. Terry says that is a great colorway. It's absolutely gorgeous, Terry. I have to agree with you 100%. It is beautiful. Now, unfortunately, my Zoom camera, the lighting on my Zoom camera is just horrible today. Sometimes it works really well and other times it's just crap. But you can actually see the fabrics really nicely on the regular camera. I mean, these are just absolutely gorgeous colors. I told Lucas that I'm kind of jealous that he picked this colorway because purple's one of my favorite colors. You guys know that. And these fabric pieces are just, I mean, and batiks are my absolute favorite fabric line as it is. So this is just right up my alley. But I decided to do something a little bit different and I kind of went rogue. I went for a fabric line or fabric color choices that I would not normally have picked for myself. And I actually picked the Crimson Canyon colorway, which is the reds and the grays and the blacks. And I for some reason, it was just talking to me. Like, you have to have this one, you have to have this one. So I chose that one. I've not put my clue together yet. I was going to wait. I wanted to wait and let Lucas put his together first. And then I'll probably put ours together on Sunday. We'll probably do it on Sunday because Sunday is just a Whips and UFOs day. So I also have a second Tree of Life quilt that I've been working on. Redwood is the colorway for that one. We've been working on Tranquil on our After Dark editions, but then I've been working on Redwood on off camera for myself. So wow, look at you guys all won 3,000 a piece. Wow, look at that. That's awesome. Congratulations
Lucky
on
winners.
that heist. Yeah, that was a fantastic heist. Wow, congratulations on that. I just happened to see all the 3,000s. I'm like, what is going on? I had to look and see what that was.
Who rigged it?
Exactly. I'm like, what happened? The Mystic Cactus. Oh, that one sounds like fun, too. So if you guys haven't already and you were thinking about it, considering it, make sure you go check out cottoncuts.com. If you do !CC in chat, it should bring up a link to it. Cottoncuts.com. Click on the button at the top that says PMQ or Puzzle Mystery Quilt. Click on that, and it'll give you some info. Oh, it's the green ones. Oh, I love the green ones. I did Tranquil as the Tree of Life. So yeah. Check that out. Maybe join another. I think there's still signups available for Wild West, but they usually shut it down after like two or three. So if you're interested, make sure you check that out. Delilah was beautiful. Yes, absolutely. Then now we're pressing this one towards the D fabric.
Yes.
Okay. So it's kind of like a half moon kind of thing. The worst of this is it's my dominant hand. So like everything that I try to do, I have to do with the silly thing on. So.
Can I ask where you got a half moon?
Well, I was thinking like, half moon.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's like a C, I guess. Half moon. He's like, what am I missing here? Because the seams are all going the same direction, kind of thing. So normally you'd press them both towards. I saw that. Press them both towards the square. So, all right. What is up next, Lucas? Ouch.
All right. So, Madam Presser's hot pressed fabric.
Hot off the presses.
Hot off the presses fabric.
Oh, I think you skipped a step.
Oh, not using these ones yet. We're using these, the big triangles.
Fern says she joined Mrs. Quilts. They pick colors I wouldn't, but I love them. Fern, you'll have to tell me more about that. I've seen that pop up like 100,000 times on Facebook, and I'm trying to figure out if it's something that I would be interested in. So I'd love to know more about that. Kind of what that's about. I'd love to know more. What are you doing?
Right sides together.
Right sides together. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Just remember, you're starting in a triangle, so you want to come just a little bit in. I know.
Triangles.
And then this thing here, this little dog, they call this a dog ear. See how it's a little overlap there?
Do I trim it right now?
You can. I mean, it's your quilt. You can do whatever you want with it. You can do one of two things. You can either just make sure that your guide goes over top of it, or you can snip it off so that you don't have it. Now, because Cottoncuts has cut the corners off the triangles for us, so there's really not a really big dog ear there. If they hadn't cut off the triangles here,
it'd be much bigger.
It'd be much longer. Yeah, it'd be much bigger, and we'd have to trim it. So, I mean, this one's really tiny. It's not even a 1/4 of an inch. It's only 1/8 of an inch. So it becomes a personal preference at that point in time. Me, I don't. I did trim them at first when I was first doing these. I don't sew it much anymore. I just lift the foot up and then like tuck it under and put the foot back down and keep going. That's what I do. But I have a lot more experience at it. If you would feel more comfortable taking a quick pair of scissors and just snipping that off, go right ahead. I do not recommend using those, though. I would actually pull the real scissors out and actually cut it because you'll get a nice cleaner cut. But that's completely up to you. We're talking about, there's a little dog ear right... on the camera, you goof. There's a little dog ear right here. It's really tiny. It's only about 1/8 of an inch, and it's just because the fabric overlapped there, and so Lucas was asking me if he should trim that, and that's a personal preference question. Cottoncuts has cut the corners off these triangles already as it is, so there's not a huge overlap there. It would be much bigger if they hadn't done that, and if they hadn't done it, then we definitely want to trim it. But it's so tiny, it becomes a personal preference. You can trim it with your nice pair of scissors to make it a nice clean cut, or you can just lift your presser foot, go up underneath it, and keep going. Susan says, I have a strong feeling that my daughter will lay claim to my Wild West PMQ as it's her favorite and my favorite color. Which one did you pick again, Susan? Remind me. I know you told us before, and I apologize. I think I forgot. My goodness. Chloe says, I am sewing 4 at a time, flying geese for the first time. Fingers crossed I trim them correctly. Yeah, I can understand that. The flying geese can be tricky. Blue Bell. Yes, thank you. Blue Bell. That's pretty. Are you at the point where, keep going a little bit further. You want it to be like almost up against the guide there. A little bit more. 1 or 2 more stitches. See how it's at the guide now?
Yeah.
So now lift up your foot. all the way, and then just tuck it underneath that edge. There you go. Yep, just tuck it underneath there, so that it's underneath, and then put the foot back down. And it's gonna slide up underneath there, and that's okay. It's not gonna catch. It'll just slide up against there, and then you can just keep going. Now remember, there's a little bulk there, so the machine might get a little antsy, and you might need that thing again. This month's box was 16 fat quarters, a free gift. It has polyfill. The book that comes with 5 patterns for beginners friendly. Oh wow! Now, and you get a new box every month, Fern. I mean, that's amazing. That's a lot of stuff that comes through every month. Now, does it have a project, or is it just fat quarters? Like, are those fat quarters intended for some type of a project that you're going to like the Soya boxes, where you get all the fabric and everything to do a project? Or is this just like fat quarters and a gift, and then you can do whatever you want with it? She probably will. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yes, it's for a project. Oh, that's really cool. And you find it to be, I don't need you to talk numbers, it's none of our business, but you find it to be affordable. That's the word I'm looking for. Again, I don't want numbers. They're none of our business how much you pay for things. I just want your opinion on if you feel that that's an affordable price that you pay for this particular monthly subscription box, and you feel it's worth it. I want your opinion on that. Again, please, we don't need to talk numbers. Yes, very. See, that's all I needed. It's none of my business how much you decide that you can afford for your budget for your thing, and that's why I never ask for numbers like that, because again, it's none of my business. I'm just more interested in your opinion as to whether you feel that it's worth whatever price you've paid is worth that price, and it's something that you would recommend to other folks, and that's really what I'm interested in. So it sounds like to me you've said it's very affordable. You feel like you're getting your money's worth with regards to the project that you receive. You get it every month. It sounds like it's a lot of fun. That's something that you would recommend. And so if you recommend it, Fern, then I'm going to recommend it too. I have never signed up for one before in my life, but if I'm taking your word as one of our experts, and I'm going to recommend it as well. So for folks, if you're interested, the Quilty, Mrs. Quilty, I think is called, go check that out. What is Lucas's colorway? Lucas's colorway is called the Saloon. There you go. The lighting is just terrible today, isn't it? It's just
might be better with the other camera.
It's here. There you go. That's what it's called. This camera looks so much better. I might actually just turn that one off. There you go. So this is what it's called, Saloon. It's by Northcott Fabrics, which I've used their fabrics before. They're all batiks. They're absolutely gorgeous. I love it. It's fantastic.
Would it be best to do the triangles one or chain piece?
No, always chain piece.
Always chain piece?
Always chain
okay.
piece. My nose is like all stuffy all of a sudden. Like my allergies have just like kicked in, and I'm like, oh, it's so stuffy.
What is the best way to get it started further up? Because I'm here. You
might be okay. Try it first.
Okay.
Always try it first. Try it first, and if it gets jammed, then go ahead and
okay, I think we're good.
Yeah, you're fine. Always try first.
Okay.
Try first, then we can cut and do things. I think, Fern says this is her first time ever ordering anything like this, a subscription box like this, and she is excited about it. So, Fern, that is fantastic. I'm really glad that you told me about it, because I'm always looking for different ideas. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love cotton cuts, but I know some of our subscribers are kind of sick of listening to me talk about cotton cuts, and I'm not sick of cotton cuts by any means, but I would be interested in other subscription boxes. So I will definitely check that one out, because, like I said, I've seen that one pop up on Facebook probably 100 times, and you never know if the things are legit or not anymore. So I'm really glad that you mentioned that you signed up for that. Now I know, and I will absolutely take a look into that. Banyan batiks, absolutely, yeah. These are really beautiful, and I have worked with a couple of these batiks. I have them in my cotton cuts. Fat quarter boxes that we get for Christmas. I've gotten a couple of these fabrics and I've worked with them. I absolutely love them. They're so much fun. Northcott fabric. Yeah, Northcott is a good brand. They're not a brand that you hear of very often, but I do like their fabrics. They have a really nice feel to them. They work really well. They press down really well. What's wrong?
Be honest, should I?
Honey, it's your quilt. You get to decide. Me, personally, I think it's fine.
Okay, I didn't know if there would be any effect for, like,
So what happened here was the piece just came on. It got away from you. So what happened was like when you were back here, you just as you're sewing, you need to make sure that these pieces line up. So you would have wanted to slide this one up a little bit to make sure.
Okay.
Because a triangle is on the bias, so it's going to stretch. And so it just stretched the wrong direction. It's all that happened. So all you do is you just keep an eye on it. Like when you're holding your fabrics, you just want to make sure that, you just stop and kind of reline them and keep going. So that's all that happened here. Now, I mean, obviously it's going to be a little wonky, but this is all in the seam. This is all in the seam. So as long as this looks okay, that's all I care about.
Okay.
That this is all you should care about. This is all going to be in the seam allowance, so it's not going to really matter. As long as the stitching went over top of the fabric, that's all that matters.
Okay.
Let me show you guys what he's freaking out about.
I'm not freaking out. I just didn't know.
You can see here, because he was working with a triangle, us experienced sewers all know this. The triangles have a tendency to stretch, and so that's what happened. It kind of got a little wonky on him, and it stretched a little bit. And so it's still connected up here, but it's just kind of overlapped. Now he has two options here. One, he can take it apart all the way up to about here, because he doesn't need to take the whole thing apart. He could take it out to here, realign it, and resew it if he wanted to. Or two, he could just leave it. It's all part of the seam allowance anyway, so it's not really going to matter. And all of the edges all line up as it is anyway. And it's all part of the seam allowance, so it's really not going to matter. Now, so this becomes personal preference. Me personally, I told him, you can just leave it. I mean, I'd leave it. It's not the big deal. Everything is attached up together. No one's going to notice. The only person that's going to notice is you. And so I would just leave it. But it's a personal preference. So if he prefers, he could probably take it out to about here and then just resew it again. It's completely up to you.
I'll just leave it.
Just leave it? All right, we're going to leave it. Now, Lucas, how do we press up these fabrics?
I already sewed this one. I don't know what I'm thinking. So we are going to press this one towards our big triangle C, which is on top. So that'll be on the top and pressing it out.
Toward the top.
Toward the top. I didn't know
all right.
the camera.
Let me go ahead and turn the iron back on again. Oh, let's stretch. Well, these pieces are a little bigger, so I'm just going to go ahead and press them up like this. There we go.
Got the nails, I can't.
That's alright. The nails do come in handy. I didn't always have the nails, so I understand. But you just use the pad of your finger to push it down. Alright. There we go. Perfect.
All right.
Awesome. Now what are we doing?
We are taking the block that we just made and attaching it to our previous block with the A's matching up and the D's matching up on the bottom.
Oh, look at that fancy handiwork. Look at that. Awesome sauce. So now these two seams, because these two seams are going to line up next to each other.
They're going to nest.
They're going to nest. Right, exactly. And we can kind of feel that because we can see that this one goes up and this one comes down. So when we fold them on top of each other, they're going to nest. So when you're putting these pieces together, that's the first thing you're going to do is you're going to start in the middle. Don't worry about the edges matching up. Worry about the middle because that's the most important piece. Okay. So you're going to match those up and then you're going to line up the edges. Now, if the edges need to be, adjusted a little bit.
Hold the middle.
Hold the middle. So what you could do is put a pin through it so that it stays. That's up to you. And usually I put it right through the seam so then that way it stays exactly where I want it to go. But if you're off on the edge a little bit here or there, again, it doesn't matter. It's all going to be part of your seam allowance. Nobody's going to see it anyway. The important part is that this seam lines up. That's the important part. That's where we're focused. I feel like there's a question in there.
So, is this the seam allowance?
That is your seam allowance. Okay. Yes.
That was my question.
Okay.
I'm making sure I know the...
He's learning the terminology.
Yes.
There you go. So go ahead and nest up that center. Now cottoncuts has cut everything for us, so the pieces line up like almost perfectly. If they don't line up, it's usually because of our own sewing mistakes, honestly. But they're going to line up really, really close. But again, like I told Lucas, focus on that seam in the center. Don't worry about the stuff on the edges. If it doesn't match up all the way, it's fine. Now, if you're really off, like half an inch off, then we got issues. But if you're like not even an eighth of an inch or whatever on either end, don't worry about it. Just focus on that center because that's the part that everyone's going to see. They're not going to see the seam allowances because those are going to be tucked in the back of the quilt. The part they're going to see is those two matching pieces. So that's why we want to focus on that more than anything.
What's really unfortunate is only one seam, or these two seams nest up on this side, but not this side because we have this full.
Right. So you only need to nest up one. Because you're only sewing one edge, so. I can see his brain working. Can you guys see? See the smoke? What's he trying to figure out? He's trying to figure out which side to sew on, and I'm going to let him work this out in his head. See if we can figure it out.
I don't think there's a good side.
I would go with that side.
This side?
No, the other side.
This side?
Yeah. And the reason I would go with that side is because the seam at the bottom, I would go with this one. Now, and again, you're right. There really is no right or wrong because they both have bulk, okay? The bulk is on the top one, so that's why I would go with this side. But the other thing is, see how the seam, the bottom seam is facing towards you as opposed to towards the needle, so it's not going to roll up on you. It's going to stay nice and flat as it runs through the machine. The only part you're going to have to worry about is the seam that you can see, which is the one on the top.
Okay.
So I have more control over the seam not rolling on the bottom because I can't see the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how we had to do that whole slide up thing because we couldn't see the bottom? Well, in this one I don't need to worry about sliding that up because it's going to lay the way it's supposed to. It's the top. I'm going to be able to see it and be able to fix it as I go.
Would it also do on the other side?
No, it would be, well, yeah, I mean it would. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
It wouldn't matter. In this case, it wouldn't matter.
But, okay, so...
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So either way.
So in case another scenario where you can control the seam.
Right.
Got it.
Yes. He's doing a fantastic job. Like, even though this whole, like, me sitting on this side of the machine is still making me insane, he's doing a great job. And we've got 9 more to go. So I figure by clue 8, clue 9, I'll have it figured out. Judy says you're a great teacher, Danny. Oh, well, thank you, Judy. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say. You guys know I do not consider myself an expert. You guys are the experts, definitely not me. But at least I know enough that I can show him how to do it. So now when you get up to that seam, if it doesn't start, like you're going to want to get it up to the foot. And if it starts to go above the foot, you just kind of stop for a second, pull the foot up, put it underneath, and keep going.
Okay.
But it looks like you got through it, so you're doing fine. You're doing a great job. Great job. My nose is like all runny all of a sudden, so I apologize if I'm like dripping. I hope I'm not, but perfect. What's up with the next one? Looks like somebody's joined in on the heist. Oh my gosh, I'm yawning. I'm so sorry. Wow. Someone is starting up a heist. This is a great time to remind everyone, if you haven't already, please consider tickling that like button. It really likes it. What's wrong?
I'm making sure it's all the way.
Yeah, it's all the way through. You can always give it a couple, there you go. That way you know for sure.
Because, yeah, I was lifting it up and I was pulling this fabric back, so I was like, okay.
Make sure you tickle that like button if you wouldn't do so. And if you're watching this after the stream or even right now, do me a quick favor. And just double check and make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel. YouTube likes to do some weird things every once in a while. And it likes to unsubscribe people just for the weird reasons. So if you're not the kind of person that participates in chat a lot, you may or may not notice that you have accidentally become unsubscribed. So just go ahead and check that for me real quick. Usually there's a button right next to the like button that says subscribe or follow. Go ahead and check that out. While we are hanging out here. Perfect. Yeah, doing a great job. Thank you, Terry, for that. Susan says, I was the first to hit the like button. Well, thank you very much, Susan, although I am a little disappointed if you were the first person, because that means nobody did it before you. But I do appreciate that. Thank you very much for starting the trend. It really helps out the channel, guys. You know, it just, what it does is it puts it into the YouTube's algorithm so that other people can find us as well. So it really does help.
Let's see how these turned out.
All right. Moment of truth.
We're getting to the bigger fabric, so it's a lot...
The bigger pieces.
The bigger pieces, so it's a lot harder.
We're getting towards the end, and so the big pieces are all coming together. This particular clue makes 2 pieces, so they're pretty big pieces. So let's take a look.
We are pressing towards this fabric with the small triangle A.
There you go. Wow, look at that.
Go.
Now here's the ultimate test, folks. Let's see. How did he do on his seam? Look at that.
I see a plus.
I see 4 corners, and that looks fantastic. You did an awesome job. Good job,
Well,
Lucas.
that was one of 2.
Good job, Lucas. What does the other one look like? Drum roll, please.
Looks like...
Nailed it.
Looks good to me.
It looks fantastic. You're doing a fantastic job.
She was a little nervous because I haven't practiced in I don't know how many months.
I wasn't not nearly as nervous as you were. Because I knew that it's not my project. So I'm right there. It's not my quilt. I don't care. Nah, I could help you. Moving
We're on
right
the last
along
step
here.
now.
Why? The last step. Why do I feel like you did this wrong? Oh no, maybe not. That one just looked like it was laying weird. Okay.
Oh.
I was like, uh-oh, I just hit it with the iron already. It's never going to come out, especially batiks. Once you iron them, they're done.
Okay. Might be a little bit hard to see.
Judy says, I always wait until you're actually live before I hit the thumbs up, just in case the gremlins got you. I love that, Judy. You're not wrong. I mean, it's totally there. I get it.
So.
Terry says, well, I think Lucas is good at mastering things. No surprise. Great job. He's a fantastic... I mean, he picks up on things real quick. Super smart kid, so... I keep saying kid. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
You and Tony will always be kids. Doesn't matter how many years you end up being married. You'll always be kids. Ooh,
all that matters is we're making
that.
this triangle in the middle.
That looks awesome,
there
right?
There we go.
Look at that, guys.
Can't really see the full thing on...
That is our block right there. That looks fantastic. So now we've got a couple of seams to match up here. You can see them right off the bat, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing we want to do is we always want to start in the middle and work our way out.
Okay.
So we want to match up this seam first, and then we're going to match up this seam here. And now this one is not a seam, so we don't really need to worry about it, but we want to make sure these seams match up. So match up the middle first, then match up this one, and we want to try and see if we can start sewing from this edge. And the reason for that is because that's where the seams are. So it's going to be easier to match them up that way. Now you've got bulk on both sides, so it's not really going to matter which way you start sewing from. You know, I'm just putting it together for you. It's fine.
I mean, hey.
I'm taking over.
Let me...
I've had enough of this sitting in the sidelines crap. I'm just kidding.
Let me...
So I matched up the middle one, and I've got my finger in there holding that one, and now I'm going to match up this one. Like this. And then I'm going to go to the edge. And match up the edge. And so that's where I would start sewing. Now there's bulk here, so you're going to have to be careful. So what you want to do is when you get it underneath the needle, you want to make sure you put the needle here. Okay, on the actual, not here, on the edge, but like here. So like somewhere in here.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? And I don't think, because even if you were to flip it this way, you'd still have bulk. So it doesn't, we can't avoid it this time.
There's no avoiding the bulk.
There's no avoiding the bulk this time. We're going to have to work through it.
Okay.
So you just kind of want to make sure that that's tucked under there really well when you get it under the needle. My eye is watering now. Oh my god. I'm a hot mess. My eye is watering. I'm yawning. I think it's bedtime. And my nose is running like crazy. And of course the tissues are tucked in over there, so I can't get to them right now. But so that's what you're just going to want to make sure that you do that. Of course, this fan blowing in my eye is not helping things.
It's drying it out.
It is, yeah. My eyes are getting tired because I've been up since early this morning. I worked all day.
Okay. I'm going to let you know I'm doing this one at a time. I'm not going to chain
No,
piece
that's
these.
fine.
Because these ones are a little bit bigger.
Chain piecing works really well for the smaller pieces, but when you get to the big ones, if you got to take your time, do one at a time, I get it. I understand. It's your quilt, dude. You do what you want. Just because I do it one way does not mean that it's going to work for you. My eyes are watering. I swear to people, I'm not crying. My nose is running. My eyes are watering. I swear I'm not crying. I love the first two shapes. Yes, absolutely. Judy, they are always going to be kids, no matter how old. 100%. 100%. Nancy says you both are kids to both of us. Oh, Nancy, I knew you were my favorite. For my girls are 40 and 43. Same, they are always my kids. Yep, 100%. Yep. Tissuing. Yeah, I know. It's like, it just keeps running. Like, I hope I'm not dripping on camera. 'Cause like So lift up your foot. Smooth everything down. Smooth up to the two edges. There you go. Now put your foot back down. There you go. See, now you're not stressed about it because now it's laying flat.
Is there a way to move it back over? Because it seems like I've got...
Yeah, you just got to turn it. Turn it like this when you start. Or put the needle up. Put your needle up.
This?
Yep.
Just...
Yep. Now lift your foot. And now slide it over. Put your foot back down. There you go. Now put the needle down. There we go. Now you are.
A lot of buttons.
My kids are now older than I am. LOL. What? How did that happen, Terry? or are you one of those people like me that you're forever 39? Are you like that? I used to be forever 29, but now I think I'm just forever 39. They passed me. She's funny. Yep, 39 is good. I'll take it. Yeah, forever 39. I like it. I actually have a birthday card from Mr. Wizard. He's so sweet. I have a birthday card. It sits on my desk in my office, and it says, he sent me flowers for my birthday one year, and it says, Danny, I am such a lucky guy. I got to help you celebrate your 28th birthday twice. He's so sweet.
Okay.
How we doing?
Good.
Do we like it?
Yeah.
Did it pass the test?
Yeah.
Denise says, gotta go. Laptop's dying. We'll catch the replay. No problem, Denise. Not a problem. Don't forget, we are going to be live again on Saturday evening, starting at 6:30 p.m. Central Time for our After Dark edition. So make sure you bring a couple of bottles of wine with you.
All right, so this piece of fabric will be what we're pressing towards.
After a while, it's just like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
we're
one.
pressing it out so that way.
Oh, fantastic. Look at that. So
Yeah,
fabulous. Look at that. We got a little bit of a string here. We can snip that off. You want to go ahead and snip that off real quick? Got a little bit of a thread. As close as you can without cutting the fabric. Come on, you gotta cut that piece. You gotta cut it.
There
you go. Don't you dare throw it on the floor. I knew what you were thinking. It's gonna do it anyway, little shit. Alright.
Now I gotta do that one again. Ooh, okay. So
I'm gonna go ahead and finger press this for you. And then I'll give it a nice hard press with the iron.
And I would like to say, or possibly make a statement with this.
Oh wait, the wine fridge. How cool would that be? Right? That's what I'm saying. We need to get one. We need to get a little wine fridge in here. And I'll just put a sign on it that says the After Dark edition.
with the logo.
There you go. Get the wine rack installed.
So with their
Katie says, listening to you tell Lucas put the foot up, put the foot down, and singing the Hokey Pokey. I love that, Katie. That was fantastic.
And shake it all around.
Shake it all around. There you go. I did one my birthday to 49 when my daughter turned 39. That's fantastic. It got weird when my dad's grandkids passed him. That is really funny. See, my grandma used to do this thing where she'd reverse her age. You know, like if she was 68, she was not, or she was 54, then she was 45. You know, until the numbers didn't switch out right. And she's like, well, wait, that doesn't work. The Iron Ninja. There you go. Yeah, I've been doing the Madam Presser. Madam Presser was what I was saying, but I like the Iron Ninja better. That's good. I like that one. Shucks, gonna have to play on. LOL. Judy says, I'm gonna miss Saturday night. Got a date for the night. Sunday we'll be lurking while packing to head north. No problem, Judy. We appreciate you hanging out with us either way. And don't forget, you can always pick up those replays. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. My brain's starting to shut off. You can always catch the replays afterwards. I post all of my replays. Words escape me. They are hard. I always post all of my replays for all of my videos, so then that way nobody feels like they've missed out on anything, and they can catch back up. Gary says, so my granddaughter, who is 15, thinks her mom is 50. No, not yet. And I am 60. I think she may need a math tutor this year. It's okay. My kids still can't remember how old I am. So it's no problem. What happened?
I think I think when I was sewing, the middle came out a little bit.
A little bit? It came out, or it didn't match up?
It didn't
line up quite right. Oh, it's a little off, but I mean, again, in the big, huge quotes, you're not going to notice.
You're not going to.
No, you're not. The only person that's going to notice that is you, me. And Grandma. Grandma's not going to care. There you go.
There we go.
Look at that. Awesome. Good job. All right, you want to get the little Post-it notes ready?
Oh boy, I gotta see if I remember this.
Oh please. You do it every time.
Don't you do the Post-it?
Oh,
no, you do the Post-its.
Oh, I do the Post-its. Oh, okay. That's not hard.
Do I just do one Post-it?
You just need one, yeah. And I already got pieces there, so.
I'm gonna just take this big square.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. I don't care. Take the whole thing. I don't care. Cheryl makes fun of me for splitting it into 4. She's like, just use one. It's not like it's whatever. So what Lucas is, what I'm talking about now is we need to mark these pieces before we put them away. I store all of my pieces in a Ziploc. Again, words are hard. I don't understand the problem, but like my brain is just completely shut off now. Yes, awesome job, right? Check it out. Look at this. This is so cool. Ooh, where am I? Here we go. There we go. I should probably turn the camera off. Look at him. Look at this. This is fantastic. I love these colors. He did an amazing job. Look at all those nice sharp corners. So he did a fantastic job with his 1/4-inch seams. I mean, for the very first time making anything.
Yeah. Really
making anything. I mean, you've done some scrap things, but really making anything. Look at how fantastic he did. Very first time behind this machine. Just, did you have fun?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy? After you got outside of your head?
After this right here, clue 2 or 3, it was good.
Got rid of the nerves, calmed down a little bit. Yeah. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna be marking these pieces. Now this is something that you guys have seen me do a million times on all my other projects. And what I do is I take a Post-it note, and everybody makes fun of me for it, but I take a Post-it note and I split it into 4 pieces because I only need a little piece. And then I put the clue number, so this would be clue number 1. And then in parentheses, I put how many pieces. That's probably not necessary, but you want to make sure that you are marking your clues. Because when you get to clue 10, the final reveal, it's going to tell you, take clue 4 and attach it to clue 6. Well, if you didn't mark your clues, you're not going to know which one is clue 4. Because they all start to run together. So what you do is you take a little Post-it note and you mark it here. You can see. I take a little Post-it note, mark clue 1, how many pieces it is, and then I take a safety pin, and I safety pin this to it, because otherwise it's going to fall off, because the little Post-it note is not sticky enough. There should be one on the pins, the magnetic pin cushion there. There should be a safety pin there. I can't see what you're handing me. Is it open? Go.
It is open now.
Okay. And so then I take the safety pin and I just pin the piece of fabric, piece of paper to the fabric here through all the pieces. So then that way it's nice and marked. And then we will fold this up and put this in a Ziploc for our clue 1. Like this. There we go. And we will put this in our Ziploc. Now, you could use the plastic that the clue came in. You can use that to store it in. I use the Ziploc because I just like using it better. I think it's more cleaner and fabric that way. I tuck my clue in there with it just in case I have any questions or I accidentally put something in wrong. I always tuck it with, and he's going to keep his colorway with it as well. Lucas can keep his pieces here with me. We'll just put them all with our stuff. Cute little square of square of scraps. Oh my god, words are hard today, people. A square of scraps. I think you did that on purpose, Jerry. It's perfect, and it works really well. As also, you can use a little marker to mark on them. If you got stickers, you can use a sticker. Whatever you've got, whatever will make sure that you've marked your clue so that you know when the time comes that that is clue 1.
Which, speaking of, I did get this in my...
You got a little free gift.
And it just happens...
to be...
if I can get it open...
little flags, little post-it flags. So he could use one of these little post-it flags as well as post-it notes. Wow, I understood you. It's like Charlie Brown's mom, right? That's all I can hear is Charlie Brown's mom. Well, Lucas... Let's give everybody a little summary. So this is the first time you've ever been behind the machine.
Doing a full project.
You've done some scraps before. I let you run through the machine a little bit just before today, just to kind of practice a little bit. You still have, I think, a little bit more practice, you think, just to kind of get yourself a little more comfortable so you don't have quite so many nerves. But this, I think, helped a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Because this went together really well. You didn't have any trouble with it. You were thinking through it, trying to make sure that you were orienting things the right way. And I thought it went very well. Yeah. I think you did fantastic. What do you guys think? Do you guys think you did fantastic as well? Let them know.
I see. The only thing is there's only so much that Danny can teach without me experiencing it for myself. Like
I just turned the zoom camera on.
The triangle is not catching. You can teach that, and then when you experience it, then you understand it. Lining up both seams, figuring out what end to start from. It's just a bunch of, once you're at the point where something's going to happen, that's when you're able to learn a little bit more and get a little bit more information.
Apply what people have been trying to teach you a little bit. It's the hands-on experience, really, what it is. Lucas has been watching my channel for the last 2 years. He's been my moderator since, I think, like episode 1 or 2. I mean, he was the only one of my family that actually watched when I first started. So that's how he became the moderator. It's like, okay, if you're going to keep watching, I'm just going to make you work for it now.
I was here since the beginning. He
has been absolutely here since the beginning. So he's watched the channel. He's heard the terminology. He's seen me do it, but he's never applied what he's learned physically to being able to do it on his own. So he was able to do that today, and I think you did a fantastic job. I think everybody's saying how a beautiful job, awesome job, great colors, great job, way to go. I mean, I think you're getting more praise than I do, Lucas. What the hell?
I have to point something out that Judy just said.
What did she say?
You should be proud of yourself. You didn't have to use jack. That was my number 1 goal today.
He beat me. Okay. He's absolutely right, though.
I did not. I could have used jack if I wanted to, but with the seam allowance that Danny was talking about, I was comfortable in not.
And just leaving it.
Yeah, leaving it.
And sometimes, and that's the great thing is, that's the thing you have to remember is it doesn't have to be perfect. The imperfections are what makes it perfect. That's what makes it handmade. That's what makes it unique. And so to be perfectly honest, whoever you're gifting the quilt to, they're not going to notice the imperfections. The only way they're going to notice the imperfections is if it, like, the whole colorway is wrong. That's really if it's a really obvious difference. And even then, like, I have a table runner that I made for 4th of July, and it was one of those two-tone fabrics, the white on white two tones, and I accidentally flipped it up and I put it on the quilt upside down. So the wrong side is showing on the outside, and I'm still the only one that notices it. No one else has seen it, but no one else has noticed it. I'm the only one. And I had to point it out, so I'm like, oh my God, this is the wrong fabric. Like, if you hadn't said anything, we wouldn't have noticed. So, and that's the whole point of this, is that, hi Sandy, it is so great to see you again. Thanks so much for joining us. You're catching us on the tail end. We're just finishing up. You'll have to watch the replay, but thanks so much for stopping in and saying hello to us. We really appreciate you being here. But we were saying that, the imperfections are what make it perfect, and that's the thing that I want to push onto you guys as much as I possibly can, is stop focusing on making things perfect. Stop focusing on the mistakes that you're making and embrace them. If you guys have watched this channel, even for a minute, you know that I make mistakes all the time. Like, even in my 8-minute videos, you will see me pulling out Jack the Ripper. And I mean, it is what it is. And they wouldn't have invented a seam ripper if you didn't need it. So it is what it is, and that's great. And so just remember that to have fun with it, and let it be. Don't let it consume you. Is basically what I'm saying here. So anyway, thank you again, Lucas, for joining me.
Thank you for letting me.
This was his idea. I was thinking about skipping this PMQ this time because I have so many projects going on, but this was his idea. He came to me. Sandy says, I will subscribe. Well, thank you very much for Sandy. I'm kind of surprised that you can get in chat without subscribing, but that's okay. This was his idea. He wanted me to join us. He says, Danny, I think I'm going to join you on the next one. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're doing the next one then. That's fine. I don't mind. So it's a lot of fun. We're at Clue 1 here. We'll have Clue 2 next month. I will probably be back on Sunday to do my clues so you guys can see what that looks like. And then we'll probably do 2 a month so that I can do mine. You don't have to be here for the second one if you don't want to be or whatever. That's completely up to you. We'll see how things go. But if you guys are participating in the Wild West, make sure you post pictures on our Facebook group. We would love to see what your colorways look like. If you're not already, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to tickle that like button. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. My brain is shutting off. I am getting so tired. I am not used to being on camera on a Wednesday evening. It's not my normal time frame. But otherwise, make sure you guys can come back here Saturday evening, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, where we are working on Tree of Life, which is another PMQ we're finishing up. Clues 7, I think we're on that one. So that one's just about done. Yeah. So, and Lucas will be back then on Saturday. Yep. And then Sunday morning for our live stream. Then I am going to be exhausted by Sunday. I'm not going to be able to talk.
Don't forget about the videos.
I know. Yes, that's the other thing. There's another premiere video showing tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I think it's like an 8.5-minute video. It's a really short one. For our Floral States of America, we are talking about New Jersey. Lots of fun things for New Jersey. I'm really enjoying that particular series, so I'm learning a little bit about every state, and it's a lot of fun, and I hope you guys are too. All right, friends, thank you again so much for joining me. I need to go to bed because I can't talk anymore. Mr. Wizard's probably screaming because he would probably like to go to bed too, and he can't sleep when I'm shouting like this. So, all right, friends, we will see you again on Saturday. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you again really soon. Bye-bye for now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Fades away when you appear. Blue skies make way through the clouds when you are near. Now I don't need to worry about the loneliness. When you hold me like you know me, baby, now I burn bright. Now I don't need to worry about the loneliness.